Computer. All right, everybody. Ben's Den back in the house. It's been a busy week. A couple of videos out already, and tonight on Sunday night, I'm going to close it out with one of my dear old wrestlers and one of my idols coming up through the New Hampshire wrestling scene. And he is presently in school and in service to our country in the Coast Guard. So I'd like to welcome one AJ Pagliarulo. Come on. Ta-da! What's up, brother? How we doing?
I'm doing great, Coach. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. First off, thank you for taking some time to speak with me. I know as a young college student, there's plenty of things going on. And so let's dig right in. I don't want to take up too much time, but I want to catch people up because you've been away from New Hampshire for a couple of years now, and you've been very busy. And so high level, we know that, AJ graduated Bedford High School, then moved on to the Coast Guard. And not just specifically the Coast Guard, but in the officer program. And so I want to take a couple minutes first and say, thank you for being in service to our country. It's something that's near and dear to my heart as well. And I can't think of a better kid to step into the military and to the way things are done there. And I'm really excited to see what your military career reaps for you. So thank you for that. And, have everybody, take a look in, what's the last year and a half, 2 years been like for you leaving high school and heading out into the Coast Guard?
Well, I'll tell you, Coach, it's been an incredible journey. One that I wouldn't trade for the world. So after I graduated, I had roughly like a month of my summer vacation to use. And then I had to report for like our version of basic, which we call Swab Summer, which is a 7-week program to help indoctrinate us into the military life and how things work here at the academy. So we went through that and then head first right into the school year, and it was a whole new world, unlike anything I'd ever known. Like, sure, there was structure, but more so than I ever thought structure was capable of being. Waking up at like 5:20 every morning, having to learn basic indoc that upperclassmen could just quiz you on at any moment, going to classes all throughout the day, and then going to practice and then coming back and then worrying about school and military obligations and studying. It was hectic. And then you had to wake up and do it all over again the next day, 24/7 the entire time.
So for a young man like you, who I always said, and it's always been observed, you had a knack for really self-motivating yourself, regulation. Like, hey, I'm going to eat right, I'm going to get my sleep. I don't care what anybody says. You were very regulated and just naturally. And so to hear you come, back from a little structure in the military, you can see there's always another level to some things. And so obviously a guy like you, very much cut out for the challenges and the time management, roadblocks and detours that you're going to come across. And so what's it like balancing a college lifestyle with a military lifestyle, as well as being on a wrestling team, on a high level wrestling team, not just an intramural? I mean, you're really competing and the commitment that it takes. So what's that been like with the balance on all that?
So one of the big things that the academy likes to stress is recruiting leaders of character. And in order to achieve that level of character that they're looking for, is they want to highlight like 3 different points: the academic side, the military side, and the physical fitness side. Each have a very prominent influence on our lives on a daily basis, and each affect our class rank or how we rate against our other classmates. So the forefront, we're in school. This is an academic environment, and it is our sole job simply to go to school. Study chemistry, study physics, the humanities, maritime navigation, and various other classes take precedence. But at the same time, also being familiar with the lingo of the military, the traditions, the customs, courtesies. You're walking down the street and an officer comes by, you got to salute him. And then all of the stressors on top of that, and you get to go to practice for a very successful team. I'm very proud to be on the team with Coach Bradley and Coach Foley. They've done great with the program. We're now ranked second or third in the country, which is great. And it's a grind. It's you go in there and you just get down to work, but all the guys that are in there are suffering through right with you, and you kind of just learn to embrace the suck. I mean, that's wrestling in general. It's just embracing the suck. Yes. And you just find a way to just get addicted to it. You don't know why you're doing it. You just do it. And then after practice, you just come back and you just hit the books and then go to sleep, wake up, and have the blessed opportunity to do it all over again.
That's beautiful. Now, obviously, you know, time challenges are something that every college student deals with, and then you throw in the military and it's going to be, you know, additional. What I'm curious to hear about from you with your experience out there is what's the difference now, having grown up and lived and wrestled in New Hampshire, and now having been out on the college level for 2 years, and you know, you're wrestling kids from all across the country now on a regular basis, not just, you know, hey, we're going to a tournament, but like every match is, you know, high level. I mean, the kids that you're going with. So going from New Hampshire up to the college level, what's the competition level like, the effort level like? You know, what are the differences between being, you know, a New Hampshire state champion New England placer versus getting up on that college level and really having to get after it?
It's definitely a humbling experience, to say the least. You know, everyone on my team, it's just me and one other person who's from Connecticut that's in the New England area. And, you know, growing up, like, that's all I was able to get used to. Like, we would go to these tournaments and we'd see guys coming from Mass or Rhode Island or Connecticut. Connecticut was the powerhouse because they could go wrestle the New York guys, maybe some New Jersey guys. And then now you take one step back, and that was just such a small part of the grand scheme of things. Like, in the room alone, we probably have like 6 PA guys, 5 Jersey guys. We got Florida guys, Colorado guys, some really strong competition. And I walk out for a match and I don't even know where the guy's from anymore. And at first I would take a second to think, like, holy crap, I'm just a kid from New Hampshire, a small state, not really known for wrestling. And I'm competing against like these studs from these states that are known for their wrestling. But then as I've spent some time on the mat and in the circuit, I kind of realized that it really doesn't matter where you come from. As long as you got the grind and you got the desire to just be the best and just be the nastiest wrestler out there, like, it's just a fun time. Like, not to quote a favorite movie of mine, Ratatouille, where the Anton Ego, a critic, says, not everyone can become a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere. And it shows that though, yes, wrestling in New Hampshire isn't as big, say, in PA, it's not impossible for, you know, the little states to make an impact on such a big level.
Well, I got to tell you, if anybody can get out of New Hampshire and make some noise out there, I was confident that you were definitely one of those. And so the hard work, the commitment, the dedication has definitely paid off for you, because your freshman campaign, you came away with I don't know if it's NEWA, but it's the New England Wrestling Association all rookie team. You were a member of that, and Like you said, a very humbling experiences. I don't know that in my entire time with you, coaching you on the youth and watching you through high school, that you had 10 losses in a year. And your record last year was 18-10, which, on the surface from a competitive standpoint seems like, maybe not the best. But when you're talking about the experience level that you got and the exposure, and it seems to be paying off, because this year, even in an abbreviated season, you're off to a rousing 2-0 start, and you've been invited to the D3 championships out in Iowa. So congratulations, that's excellent news. Another opportunity for you. And so I wanted to kind of dig in on that. Like, you're going. What's preparation like? The traveling? How do you balance school, your military command? Like, what is that like being on that level? And, not only having that wrestling opportunity, but like you said, you're juggling a lot of stuff. So I'm curious to see like what that looks like.
Yeah. So freshman year, like you said, it was like a baptism of fire for me, being thrust in there, a freshman at like 149 pounds, wrestling these gargantuan guys. I took a few lumps, but I'm stronger now because of it. And then coming into the season, this was still before there was any hope in hell that we were going to get a match or anything. So everyone was just in the dumps. We didn't really know what we were doing. We were kind of just going through the motions at that point. But something in me just said, like, stay with it, like, keep your weight down, because you never know what might happen. And then as the season gets going, and some matches are getting listed up, the coaches approach me and say, hey, Pags, for the optimal lineup that we want, we think that you do a lot better at 141. And this was big for me, because I've been fortunate enough not having to worry about really cutting weight a lot. And now they're asking me to cut close to like 7-10 pounds when I came in after a winter break. I was a little nervous at first, and I told them, like, you need to help me. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I want to make sure I'm doing it right. And they were great. They did my macro count. They got me eating lean food. I like weigh my food out every day. So dealing with the weight loss is definitely something that is on my mind constantly. And then the school side of it is just having your priorities straight. I always find that during the competition season or the wrestling season, that my grades typically tend to improve, because you're in such like a crunch time. Because I got to get this done, because I know I got to get to practice in 2 hours. If I can bang out this calculus worksheet, that's one less thing I have to worry about after practice. And learning how to maximize your time, not just for military, but for all college students and adults everywhere. Just learning how to manage your time to achieve your goal of, not everyone's getting the opportunity to go to Iowa. You are one of the select few that has the opportunity to do this. So why not make the most out of it? So
you are out there for the competition is the 12th and the 13th, which is this Friday and Saturday. So what does a travel schedule look like for you guys? Like, when do you guys depart? You get there, do you have any insight into what it's going to look like?
we have a little bit insight. Yeah. So we're leaving the academy on Wednesday around noon. We're going to spend roughly the entire day traveling. We're going to get out into Iowa and check into our hotel around like 9-10 o'clock at night, so late. Then on Thursday, we're waking up early and heading over to the arena to get in a workout. And then we come back to the hotel, do some other stuff, for me, I'll probably be doing some academics, you know, just stay on top of it, just something. I'm out there, I'm not doing anything, might as well. And then later out in the evening, there'll be a second workout for those that want to have the opportunity to get some more mat time or worried about rate. And then Friday, all the hard work of the season is cash in time. It's fun time, and you just get to work. We're gonna have very little interaction with the audience. Like they are allowing some people to come in. So the parents are coming out. So it's gonna be a fun experience. Fun time for them, I'm sure. They're gonna keep us down in like the gutters of the arena, all keeping us kind of confined in one little area, just so you know they can control the spread if something were to happen.
Yeah.
And then win a couple matches, you get to leave, go rest up, get ready to go for another round on Saturday, and then wheels up on Sunday, and we fly back, and we don't get back here till late.
And then right back at it on Monday morning, right?
Yep, right back to school.
No rest for the weary. I love it. So sounds like you got the logistics all set up. You know, you're in the right frame of mind as far as you know, preparation goes. Any expectations for yourself when you're going out there, or just looking to get out there and wrestle your toughest and see how it goes?
I mean, it's every wrestler's dream to say like, oh, I'm an All-American. So that's definitely like weighing on my mind. But at the end of the day, like it really doesn't matter. Like I'm just fortunate enough to have the opportunity to wrestle. I don't. I've thinking back to youth. There was the one tournament that Exeter. It was the big trophy tournament, and I wanted that trophy so bad for the longest time. It took me around like 6 years to finally win that tournament and get that big trophy. And I got it, and I was happy for about like 2 seconds. And then the happiness was replaced with, all right, what's the next tournament I'm going to beat? Big Red. All right, let's go to that. So it's always chasing something. And when I get out there, sure, the All-American title is tantalizing me in front of me, but I'm just out there to just go to work, just smash whoever I gotta beat, and have the opportunity to compete at that level.
I love it, man. Well, I'll tell you what, I know it's only been 2 matches, but I've watched both of them, and you look super strong. The technique is looking sharp. The confidence is up there. It's amazing to watch, man. I'm really, really excited for what you've been doing and what's coming up for you. And you got a couple of cohorts that are joining you, so to speak, on the college level. And Connor McGonigal, he qualified, as did your other service mate, Bobby Hill, a fellow alumni out there from Bedford. And so, you know, New Hampshire's doing some good things, getting some kids some opportunities to go do a different life for themselves. And, you know, I'm really excited that you decided to join on with me, because I think that the best way for you and people like Connor McGonigal and Bobby Heald, and, you know, next year looking at Kyle Gora and Anson Duar and Zach Rio, some really quality kids. I think that you have a duty to give back to the community by telling them your story at what's possible when they put the time and the effort in, like you gentlemen have, and what they can create. So as always, AJ, thank you so much for your time. I always really value our conversations. You've been a staple by my side, so to speak, for the last, 10, 12 years, whether physically or mentally. And I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I hope you and your folks enjoy the hell out of the experience. And, maybe on the other side of that, we'll get you back in the den. Maybe we'll grab Bobby Heald and we'll do a little Army versus Coast Guard interview. We'll see how things go.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, my man. Well, listen, I know you're busy. You got books to hit and push-ups to do. So as always, it's been a pleasure. And thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me, Coach. Have a good night.
You got it, brother.